All right, what's up, everybody? So today's gonna be a real special experiment. It's gonna be two experiments in one. Well, really, it's one. But first, we're gonna test out the what's it called? The Kessil A80 Tuna Sun. I'm gonna unbox it and then I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna put it up there. But then we're gonna test the real experiment of today's video topic is the dinoflagellates and the Kelvin temperature. So we're gonna switch from a 25 Kelvin temperature down to a 6 Kelvin temperature. Reason why? There's multiple reasons, but let me show you real quick. All right, everybody. So this is the best angle I'm able to get that fluorescent color I'm able to try to describe to you guys. But the dino has like this fluorescent color. It's almost like the pigment or whatever is in its cellular body or whatever. It fluoresces almost like a coral. Like if the coral was in a, like let's say if you have a green slimer and you have it under a tinted blue light, it almost looks just like that. It's fluorescing in certain parts of it. So my theory is if we switch the Kelvin temperature, maybe it'll struggle to adapt, or maybe it'll slow down the growth. And if it does, what that means is that instead of going lights out on your corals, what we could do is just switch to yellow light, and the coral at least has some kind of light to live off of while it struggles, or the dino struggles to grow. And again, the null hypothesis is basically there's going to be no change. The dinos is still going to keep growing, or the dino is just going to adapt and still keep growing, and we're going to have to think of something else. But on good news is if you look at the Kenya tree, it's doing pretty solid in there. Look at that guy. Polyps are out. So I did manage to save it from a crash. Obviously, if you can't save a Kenya tree from a crash, it's because you really suck. Um, but yeah, the tank's doing really good. I also saw some real special organism in there. I wonder if I could be able to spot it. If I do, I'll give you a close up. Bam. All right, so here's the Amazon shit. So let's open it up. Cool little unboxing video too, right? So here's the tuna sun. So this is for a fresh water, or for like some kind of plant systems. This is the shit you want to grow. It might even grow your fucking trees. If you live in California, you guys are fucking growing them fucking trees. All right, let me fucking press pause and let me set this shit up. Let me find where the stickers are. All right, let's try to unbox this shit. Bam. Bam. That better be it. Hey, what's my boy? Oh yeah, Frank. Frank's vibes, bro. Hey, bro. This is the freshwater version of the blue light that I sent you, bro. If you have the freshwater shit, bro, just get the freshwater version. It's the same light, only it's a freshwater one. I'm gonna hook it up for you so you can see the difference. It's the same shit as this one, only it's ¿cómo se dice? It has a yellow to a white spectrum. You'll see right now. You know how this one goes from a white to blue? That might be a different video to explain. Anyways, let's set this shit up real quick. That's all I'll need. All right, everybody. So I got the light hooked up. So now we're just gonna connect it right on top of that. So I just want to give you guys a look how the tank looks with this light on compared to that one. And then at its full intensity, as you can see, this one it kind of starts disappearing. But yeah, man, let's give it a shot. Oh, nice. Now we're gonna record this tank again. Oh snap! And you can see how bright that one is, and this one makes it look dark. But now let's hook up the tuna sun and let's take a look at the comparison. All right, so you guys ready? Dang, that's just pretty bright. And that's just the lowest brightness. All right, look at that. Huge difference. Wow. And you see it's a pretty yellow spectrum, but it definitely makes the light definitely stand out. And then let's go to the hopefully that's the yellow. Hopefully that's the yellow. Oh yeah, it is. So that's the white now. And honestly, there's not much of a big difference between the yellow and the white. I mean, there is and there isn't, which is pretty expected because this one only goes from a 6 to a 9K, which is only like a 3,000 Kelvin temperature difference. This one goes from a 10, I believe, to a 25. That's a huge ass difference. That's like a 15. But look, so this is the white on this one. Let me go to the white on the blue. See that? Now that's white on the freshwater system. But anyway, let me go back so we could see how. Let's go back to the experiment. Bam. All right. So since I picked up the intensity, what I really want to do is show you the. You can kind of tell. You see how the dino is fluorescing almost like a coral. You see how it's kind of fluorescing. So I want to change the light spectrum on it, because as soon as I change it, it really drastically changes. So what I want to do is go from, so this is the 10K, that's a 10,000 Kelvin temperature, and then this right now is around a 9,000 Kelvin, and what I want to do is bring it down to like a 6 over here. All right, so we're gonna swap these out and see how that looks like. All right. Bam. All right. So you see that? What spectrum is this? So this is the white spectrum now, and this is the blue spectrum on the freshwater system. Damn, that looks pretty crazy. So let me go to the white on this, because I want to talk to you guys about something real quick. Okay. Honestly, this looks a lot like a 10K almost. This one could honestly, you could get away with this one as being a saltwater white light as a freshwater system. That shit would actually work. I mean, it brings out the color of the canyon tree, but a little bit. Probably not as good as the white on this stuff. But on this one, it kind of still looks blue. You can see the tank, it still looks blue, even though it's all the way to the white spectrum. But you can see the plant still need to trim, all that shit. All right, so next point is, what is Kelvin? So when I'm talking about the Kelvin temperature, so you can imagine degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, whatever you use to say the temperature outside is. Well, in chemistry or in physics or science, whatever, we say Kelvin to measure temperature, which basically translates to how fast is something moving. So, all right, there you go. All right, so when we talk about Kelvin temperature, if you look at the sun, it's burning at a certain temperature, right? So let me bring this down to a yellow spectrum, all right? So if we look at a candle light, it's gonna be a lot closer to this color, but you're gonna definitely see that the candle light's gonna be a lot more reddish. So imagine a light spectrum being red, so the Kelvin temperature is going to be around, this one is at 6,000 Kelvin temperature. So imagine a sun that's burning at a 6,000 Kelvin temperature degrees, okay? So imagine this being the sun, like an actual star. So a star that's burning at 6,000 degrees, okay? And what happens is, as certain stars are going to be burning hotter and hotter, so they're going to start getting wider and wider until this light reaches up to a 9,000. So this is 9,000 Kelvin temperature. So imagine a star that's burning at 9,000 Kelvin temperature degrees, okay? So that's what that one is. This one over here is 10,000 Kelvin temperature. Once you reach 10,000 Kelvin temperature, you're going to start seeing more like a blue in the water, or in the water, in the light. So these stars are burning at a slightly bluer light. I mean, this, it looks slightly white, but on the bluer side. This one, imagine a slightly white, but on the reddish yellowish side, okay? So imagine a star that's burning right at 10,000 Kelvin temperature is this light right here, okay? So now what I want to do is bring the okay, I was tripping out on the color. All right, on the I couldn't get the I was turning the wrong way. All right, so this is the star burning at 10,000 Kelvin temperature, right? So then I imagine it's burning a lot hotter. So when stars or anything you see, when you burn it hotter, it gets bluer. So the bluer part of the flame is actually the hottest part. But if you hang the something slightly above, you actually get different forms of heat. So you actually burn it. No, anyways, that doesn't matter. Anyways, so imagine a star that's burning hotter. So right now, this is around a 14,000 Kelvin temperature. So imagine a star that's burning at a 14,000 degrees Kelvin, okay? And then if you want to translate Kelvin to degrees Celsius, for whatever reason, I'm getting 273 in my head, okay? So just add 273. All right, so now this star right here, this is a 25,000 Kelvin temperature. So that means imagine a star that's burning at a 25,000 degree Kelvin. So that is the bluest this light is able to go, okay? So that's what Kelvin temperature is and what the light spectrum is. So if I ever ask you what's the Kelvin temperature, you fucking better know somewhat your range, all right? Because I get tired of having to not know people what a Kelvin temperature is. Especially when you go to the store or whatever, they definitely don't know what we're talking about. But I just educated you guys on that. But anyway, so the next experiment on this tank is going to see the dino under this yellow light right there. Oh yeah, guys, now with this light, I mean, once I switch lights, it's going to be cool. But look, this shrimp, we can finally start recording the shrimps and stuff. It's a little cherry shrimp I got in there. If you're interested in the freshwater stuff, I know I kind of neglect the freshwater stuff, but I'm going to start rolling out all the freshwater products also, guys. So fuck it, you know what I mean? If you have freshwater systems, man, I'm going to start releasing new chemistry products for your freshwater shit, alright? Stay tuned. But anyways, let's go back to the dino shit. The dinoflagellate shit. Hey, isn't some fucking word like flagellating or some bullshit like that mean like farting or something like that? So this is like the shit fart fucking bacteria flagellate dick face. Anyways, let's record. I mean, let's keep going. Oh yeah, guys, Bob wouldn't know. Yeah, as you guys know, I fucking failed a 4th grade spelling bee. I still remember the word. I couldn't fucking spell mountain, and go fuck yourself. And then in 5th grade, I forgot what the word was, but on the first round, just the same shit. Fucking couldn't spell for shit. I got disqualified on the first round. God damn. Painful memories. All right, back to business. So if you really look at the aquarium, look at the dino. It could definitely tell where it's at. And look, man, I think changing the light spectrum really reveals where it's at. And like I said, if it kills it or if it does something different, we're going to be monitoring this thing, this tank. All right, guys, and we're going to see what's up. So if you really want to find out what happens with this aquarium, make sure you stay tuned and all that. Subscribe, share it with your mama, your daddy, and your bald-headed granny. All right, guys? All that stuff. But let's see what happens. And I'm not too worried about the Kenya tree. He should adapt pretty well. But hopefully not the same for the dino. We won't find out. So remember, experiment 15K to, 25,000 Kelvin temperature down to a 6,000 Kelvin temperature. We're going to see what happens with the dinos. And let's see if that stimulates other organisms to grow instead of the dinos. Because if we keep running a bluer spectrum in the aquariums, something's up. Oh, also as a side note, I think for whatever reasons back in the 2000s we didn't have a lot of dino problems. Even if we did, I think maybe because we got wild shit. We had something to compete with the dinos, or over the progress of dinos surviving in aquariums, it's adapted and now it's really able to thrive in our systems, and it spreads like wildfire, and it has like a resistance, or I don't know, dude, but it's out competing everything. Maybe we got to start introducing wild caught strains of micro and macro organisms to compete with organisms that we have right now. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video, and go fuck yourself.